Imagine a world where your AI assistant anticipates your every need before you even think of it. What if HotBot could not only manage your schedule, but also proactively solve problems you didn't even know you had? Let's play out a scenario. You're about to head into a stressful workday. Instead of juggling alarms, traffic, emails, and endless meetings, your AI assistant quietly handles it all. It notices your first meeting is running late, so it rearranges your calendar. It sees you're low on energy, so it orders your usual coffee, exactly how you like it, timed to be ready when you arrive. It even reminds you to call your mom later, because it knows it's her birthday. This isn't science fiction, it's the near future. And leading this transformation is HotBot. Over the next 10 minutes, we'll dive deep into the world of AI assistants. We'll start with where we are now, the strengths and weaknesses of Alexa, Siri, and Google Assistant. Then we'll look at what makes HotBot stand out today. After that, we'll peer into the crystal ball and explore the next generation of features, how HotBot will integrate into every aspect of our lives, and finally, what the long-term future of personal AI might look like. So sit back and let's take a peek into the groundbreaking advancements coming to AI and how HotBot is leading the charge. Before we talk about the future, let's ground ourselves in the present. Right now, most of us know AI assistants as the voices inside our phones and smart speakers: Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, maybe even Cortana if you remember Microsoft's attempt. They've become familiar, but also a little underwhelming. Sure, they can play music, set timers, tell you the weather, and control your lights. They can answer quick questions: what's the capital of France? Or what's 20% of 450? They're useful in specific, predictable ways. But here's the frustration. These assistants don't really understand us. They don't hold context for more than a moment. Ask Siri a question, then follow up with, "What about tomorrow?" And chances are it won't connect your follow-up to the original question. They're reactive, not proactive. They only respond when prompted. They don't anticipate. And perhaps most importantly, they don't integrate well across the different parts of our lives. Alexa is great with Amazon services, but stumbles outside of that ecosystem. Siri is locked into Apple. Google Assistant is powerful, but mostly when you're using Google's apps and services. So we end up with a patchwork of tools that are helpful but not transformative. They make life a little easier, but not dramatically different. This is where we stand in late 2025. AI assistants are widespread, but they're far from the seamless, intelligent partners we've been promised in science fiction. And that gap, that frustration, that hunger for something more, is exactly the opportunity that HotBot is stepping into. HotBot has already started redefining what an assistant can be. Unlike traditional voice assistants, HotBot is powered by advanced large language models and multimodal AI. That means it can handle text, voice, images, and even documents all at once. It doesn't just answer questions, it engages in conversations, remembers context, and adapts. One of HotBot's biggest strengths is its versatility. It's not locked into a single ecosystem. Whether you're on your phone, your laptop, or inside a company workflow, HotBot is designed to integrate smoothly. But the real magic comes from its specialized bots. These are like mini experts built right into the platform. Need legal advice on a contract? HotBot can break down the terms in plain English. Need a business plan? HotBot can draft one tailored to your goals. Need help with creative brainstorming? There's a bot for that too. Let's run through a hypothetical example. Imagine you're an entrepreneur launching a new product. You need market research, financial projections, a launch strategy, and a pitch deck. Normally, you'd spend weeks pulling this together, or hire a team. With HotBot, you can get a strong first draft of all of that in hours, not weeks. Or think about a student preparing for exams. HotBot can summarize textbooks, generate practice questions, explain complex concepts in different ways, and even quiz you interactively. This is what sets HotBot apart. It's not just a command taker. It's a partner in productivity. It doesn't just fetch information, it transforms it, tailors it, and helps you act on it. And perhaps most exciting, this is only version 1. HotBot today is already more capable than Alexa or Siri. But where it's headed, that's where things get truly groundbreaking. So let's look into the future. What's on the horizon for HotBot? The first big leap is emotional intelligence. HotBot is being designed to not only understand your words, but your mood. Imagine coming home after a rough day. You don't even have to say, "I'm stressed." HotBot hears it in your tone, notices the tension in your messages, and responds with empathy. It might suggest a relaxing playlist, dim the lights, or remind you to take a walk. The second leap is true autonomy. Right now, AI assistants can perform single tasks, book a flight, order food, set reminders. But in the near future, HotBot could manage entire projects. You might say, "Plan my business trip to New York next month." Without further prompting, HotBot books flights, finds a hotel near your meetings, schedules transport, prepares a briefing document, and even recommends restaurants near your hotel. Another frontier is multimodal intelligence. Soon, you'll be able to upload a photo of your fridge, and HotBot will generate recipes, create a shopping list, and order groceries, all in one flow. Or you could show it a hand-drawn sketch, and it could turn that into a polished graphic design. What's especially exciting is how these advancements solve today's pain points. No more having to repeat yourself. No more rigid scripted commands. Instead, you'll have natural conversations where the assistant remembers, adapts, and learns. In other words, HotBot won't just be a tool. It'll be a collaborator. And that changes everything. Now, let's imagine what it looks like when HotBot becomes a seamless part of your daily routine. In your home, HotBot could manage the entire environment. It keeps the thermostat optimized for comfort and efficiency. It tracks your groceries and automatically restocks essentials. It coordinates deliveries so they arrive when you're home. At work, HotBot becomes the ultimate assistant. It drafts reports, prepares presentations, and even anticipates questions you might face in meetings, providing you with suggested answers or supporting data in real time. For your health, HotBot could monitor your wearable data, flag early warning signs of fatigue or illness, suggest workouts, and even connect you with telehealth providers when necessary. It could also become a personal wellness companion. If it notices you've been working long hours without a break, it might suggest a 5-minute stretch or a guided meditation. But here's the important part. With great power comes great responsibility. Deep integration means HotBot will know more about you than any assistant before. That's why ethics, transparency, and privacy protections are critical. Users need to trust that their AI isn't misusing data. And HotBot is committed to building that trust. Because ultimately, the future of personal AI won't just be about what's possible, it'll be about what's responsible. So where does this all lead over the next decade? We're heading towards something called ambient intelligence. This is the idea that AI will become an invisible layer woven into our environments. It won't just live in our phones or speakers, it will be everywhere, always available, always adapting. Imagine waking up in the morning. Your home is already at the perfect temperature. The lighting matches the sunrise. Your breakfast is tailored to your health goals. Your commute is adjusted based on traffic. And you didn't have to ask for any of it. In this future, AI assistants will be less like tools and more like collaborators, almost like digital companions that grow with you over the years. Of course, this raises big questions. Will we become too dependent on AI? How do we maintain human connection and creativity? How do we ensure fairness, privacy, and transparency? These are challenges society will need to navigate. But if done right, personal AI could unlock incredible benefits, freeing us from repetitive tasks, enhancing our creativity, and giving us back more time for the things that matter most. So, what does the future hold? HotBot isn't just keeping up with AI, it's redefining what's possible. From smarter homes to smarter workdays, from health to creativity, it's shaping a future where your assistant isn't just reactive, but proactive. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let HotBot free up your time for family? Will you use it to scale your business faster? Will you turn it into your personal coach, your planner, your researcher, your creative partner? The possibilities are endless. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the future of AI assistants, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your own predictions in the comments. Where do you see personal AI in 10 years? Because one thing is certain, the future of AI isn't just coming. With HotBot, it's already here.